couple chairs out and get this thing rolling. I appreciate the turnout. I appreciate the community engagement from you guys. Before I start, I do want to acknowledge a number of your elected officials here in the House. We have Township Supervisors Nora Blair from South Hanover. We've got Don Steinmeier, Gloria Zimmerman from West Hanover Township. We actually have Norm Zumas, who's an LT supervisor now, but he was on Ron Marsico's staff for years, so he's here. And we have Judge Whitmer is here as well. Did I miss anybody? Okay, hope I didn't miss anyone. And then all of you who are here as residents and citizens of our community. So I appreciate you being here. How many of you are from West Hanover, first of all? Okay, so we got a number of West Hanover, and then the rest of us in South Hanover. You raise your hand. All right. So we have a good mix here. Thank you, South Hanover. I want to say, so last week we had a town hall scheduled in West Hanover Township, and due to the weather, we had to cancel, because I didn't want anyone crashing and not making it to the town hall because they crashed. So we canceled and combined the two town halls. So for those of you that were coming to the West Hanover one and came here instead tonight, thank you for your flexibility, and we apologize that we had to cancel that. And then for South Hanover, thank you for your hospitality to welcome your neighboring West Hanover in. And so as one happy community here, give yourselves a round of applause. Wait, who here is from Lower Paxton? Couple? All right, Charlie, and Norm. So we got LP folks. So it's good to be here. As many of you I've met already. I met you out on the campaign trail when I was running for this office. And so it's good to see familiar faces in the crowd. A few of you I haven't met yet, and I look forward to getting to know you. But I just wanted to really engage in the community. My first really term here, but throughout my entire tenure in this office, but especially starting out, I really wanted to come into this community and really hear from you, because my job is to carry your voice to the Capitol, and I can only effectively do that by listening to your voice. Too many politicians, they want to do all the talking and none of the listening, and then how do you carry the voice of the people if you're not listening to the people's voice? So my job and my goal tonight is really just to hear you out. Anything you have, any input you have for me, suggestions, advice, things that you want brought up in the Capitol. They're crafting and drafting the budget right now, so priorities that you have that you want to see in the budget, let me know. My staff are here tonight. I've got Chief of Staff Craig Rosser. Craig, raise your hand. Eric Rivers, our Constituent Outreach Director. Allison Shank, she's our Constituent Outreach Service Specialist. Then we have Logan Stover, who's an intern at Shippensburg? Lebanon Valley. Definitely one to Meredith. But he's doing great things in the office, and we appreciate Logan. And we're launching this internship program in the 105th, especially for our constituents and students in the 105th to really understand how state government works and public service, and get them involved in what I call the civic arena, being engaged civically and being civic-minded. Because too often our generation, the next generation, is not jumping into this arena as much, or being engaged as much. So I want to bring some of that back. Really have folks focused on preserving our founding freedoms and good governance. So really quick, this is how the format will work tonight. I'm going to give you a 5-minute update on what's going on at the Capitol and what I've been working on since I was elected. And then I'm going to just open up the floor to whatever you guys have. So any questions you have for me, any suggestions, comments, any feedback, and my staff will be taking notes, and we will actually follow up with you. If you have any specific questions, we will follow up with answers. If we don't have them tonight, we will get them for you. And then any thing you want me to take to the Capitol, we're going to take it down, take notes down, take it up there, and let you know what the result was. Okay? We'll let you know what happened when we took that up there. All right, so really quick. So I was elected in November. Since then, we've hit the ground running at the Capitol. I've been there about 59 or so days, give or take, since January 1, swearing in. A couple things that I pledged on the campaign trail. One was to reject the taxpayer-funded pension. I want to let you know I did that. I rejected the pension. I'm ineligible forever to ever enroll in it. So I will not be retiring on the taxpayer's dime. My wife and I will save in a 401k like most people in our district do. Okay? I think that public service is All right, so I just want to let you know that I'm not doing this for me. I'm not doing this for personal gain. I really think we can make our community better, and we can transform Pennsylvania. That's why I'm in this. All right, number 2, I rejected the per diem. So politicians can go into Harrisburg, and they can get blanket per diems. It's like $180 a day in some cases without any receipts being given. And I'm really not old. I'm only eligible for this when I travel around the state on committee hearings. But a lot of legislators come in from out of town, and then they're able to claim this money without justifying the expenses. I don't think that's right. I think you should have to show your receipts and get reimbursed. And so I've signed it. I'm not taking it. I'm only doing the actual expense method, and I think everybody should do that. So a couple of folks from out of town are doing that, and I think everybody should. So ultimately, public service should be about service. Government should work for the people, not the other way around. That's how I was raised. That's what my parents taught me. That's what I learned in school. And so I think that we just need to restore those basic concepts, okay? The second thing is I did pledge to you that within 100 days I'd be introducing a term limits amendment to the Constitution. I am up to 13 co-sponsors on that amendment, and we will be introducing it on March 12th, well within the 100 days. So that will be introduced, okay? So that's number two. Number three, good governance. We're fighting for good governance. There's a number of legislative initiatives underway that are going to be happening to reform government, make it better, make it more transparent, more accountable. A couple other pieces of legislation I'm working on. One, I'm working on a regulatory reduction bill to peel back government red tape. One, I pledged to try to make Pennsylvania more business friendly. Two, I pledged to work across the aisle. So I partnered with the Democrat from Philadelphia who's on this bill with me, and we're going to try to peel back government red tape, okay? It's called the Fighting Chance Act, because I think every single Pennsylvanian should have a fighting chance to be successful if they're willing to work hard, all right? And not have government stand in the way. Okay, and also finally, I'm working on an education savings account program for military families. We have a lot of active military families that come in and out of Pennsylvania, and it's very tough. A lot of them are paying extra money for tutoring and homeschooling, and so it's very tough with the public school system because they're on these assignments on a short-term basis. So for Pennsylvania families, we're going to have this educational scholarship account program introduced, and we're up to maybe 12 or so co-sponsors for that, okay? So those are some things I'm working on, trying to make good governance, reform government so it's transparent and accountable, trying to work hard for you, and bring your voice to the Capitol. And so with that being said, those are some of the things I'm working on. And also any constituent issues that you have, our staff and me have been working hard to make sure we're very responsive, that we take care of those things very quickly. And anything we do from an agency standpoint, making calls to PennDOT, making calls to different agencies to get clarification to an issue or solve a problem, we're there to do that as well. Okay, so that's it for me. That's the quick update from the Capitol. Now I just want to hear from you, and I will just put this out there in the process of doing the budget. The budget the governor will propose, thank God, didn't include a tax hike. It included some different stuff, and it did include additional spending, but which I'm concerned about. But no tax hike, broad-based tax hike, which is really good, because that was my number one thing. Is like we're one of the top tax states in the country. We have the highest gas tax. We have the highest corporate net income tax rate, effective tax rate. So a lot of problems. There's no reason to be raising it. So I'm glad that's not happening. He is proposing additional spending in like some educational services and programs and some other things. But that's being negotiated right now. Any input on the budget, feel free to let me know so I can bring that to the chairman of appropriations and let him know what you said. Okay? All right, the floor is open. If you have any question, comment, or suggestion, if you can just raise your hand, I'll call on you, and then let me know, and I want to hear from as many people as I can. Okay, go ahead, guys.